Deebo Samuel. A lot of people assume that Kyle likes Deebo as much as you do. I mean, you love Deebo.
I love Deebo, yeah.
And Kyle has some love for him too. I mean, scouted himself at the Senior Bowl, but he's also said some comments about him recently that make you wonder exactly how the Niners feel. How do you think the Niners feel about Deebo? We'll go out on this one.
Yeah, so the thing that really brought this up to light is Niners Nation podcast featuring Kyle Posey, Stats Guerrera, great people. Check them out. But yeah, they basically talked about to Benjamin Albright again, second mention, Grant's buddy, Benjamin Albright. But
I can't stand that guy. No, he's a great guy. Love that guy. Anyway.
Yeah, but he's a league insider, right? He's got good information and he's got good information, and he said that he believes that the Niners aren't as high on, or the coaching staff with the 49ers don't maybe love as Deebo as much as fans and media think. And he went on to say he's not sure if Deebo Samuel gets a second contract from the team. But then he also said that, look, I'm not reporting this. This is just something I'm saying. I'm going to get into trouble, blah, blah, blah. So he didn't report this. He just kind of related. And so when he says something like that, it gets you to think. And so I think the big thing with Deebo Samuel is that to say that the Niners have a problem with him on the field would just be like, how could they have a problem with him on the field?
Oh, definitely not.
When he plays, he's a dominant football player. The things he does to their offense are wildly evident. You just need two pair of eyes to see the difference number 19 makes for this offense in terms of the way he runs with the ball, his toughness, his ability as a receiver. I mean, Kyle Shanahan has said he's one of the better football players he's been around, and he was complimenting him profusely after the Rams game. I think the big thing with Deebo Samuel is, I think, again, I'm obviously speculating here, and I'm going off somebody else's speculation. So all of this was purely speculation, but I think it has something to do with Deebo Samuel's body and the way he manages his body. And I'll say this for two reasons. One, if you listen to Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch's end-of-year presser, go back and read the transcript now. When they talked about Deebo and how Deebo's got to be more accountable and how they hope he learned from this year on how he needs to make right. This year's a good learning experience on how he needs to take care of himself and his body. When Albright says this and you go read that, now things make sense in a different way. And the other thing was, if you remember after the draft, John Lynch was, when he did his media tour, he talked about his relationship with Will Muschamp and how that helped them get a feel for the kind of guy Javon Kinlaw is, in spite of having the COVID protocol limit their access to these players. And he talked about how he appreciates how honest Will Muschamp has been with them and how Will Muschamp was honest with them about Deebo Samuel, telling him that Deebo Samuel does have a problem managing his weight. So John Lynch said that. Their end-of-year presser seemed to indicate it's a learning experience. I think that's what it comes down to.
Also, the hamstring injury, the chronic hamstring injury is a classic symptom of a dude who's 10 pounds overweight. He's super fast, and he's also 215. So if he could drop 10 pounds, I don't know why he needs to be 215. He's 5'11". If he was 5'11", 205, would he not be able to does he need that little chunk? Does he need the chunk in the trunk? I don't think he needs the chunk in the trunk.
Because Wes Welker seemed to indicate that they used to take Deebo on runs his rookie year during the offseason, and he didn't miss a single one. He just wasn't losing that weight. So maybe he's just a bigger made guy.
Maybe this is too much sugar at night, man. Maybe it's his diet, dude.
We're speculating heavy here. This is heavy speculation based on a speculation from a league insider who didn't even report it. He relayed it.
I just think it's fair to say that he's got a little too much junk in the trunk, Vish. I think that's fair to say. Hey, my first impression of Deebo when he first talked to the Niners literally was that he had the biggest ass I'd ever seen in football. I was like, my God, wow. I didn't even want to look at it. I was like, wow, Deebo. So, yeah, he's built like a running back. He's 5'11", 215. I mean, even the Niners running backs aren't that thick.
No.
He's thick with 2 C's, like 7 C's, man. I think he could just drop 7 pounds.
Right. I think the big thing is that, like, this has to be their only problem with Deebo, right? Deebo seems to be a yes, sir, no, sir kind of guy. Very respectful, well-spoken, clean. He has a great attitude.
Super smart.
Yeah, super smart. He has a great attitude on the field, just seems like a team guy, absolute toughness. He's an outstanding football player. There's no way they can have any other problem with Deebo Samuel. And frankly, I'm upset that they even have I'm upset that they even have a problem with Deebo Samuel. This is my favorite player in the NFL.
Well, what they're saying is he's so important to us. We can't afford him to have a season like that. He needs to figure it out. He's that important and they're right. For him to be the franchise cornerstone guy who's going to get that second contract and be a face of the franchise, he's going to need to be more durable. Otherwise, you're just going to make it Kyle Juszczyk again.
And again, because Deebo Samuel is another contract that a year from now, I think Deebo Samuel, if everything goes right this season, he's going to be pushing to not hit the 4th year of his contract and get an extension. So, I mean, all this could be, honestly, is them just putting some pressure on Deebo Samuel, maybe through the media, and just saying, like, Deebo, like, you got
expectations.
Yeah, it could be something as small as that. There's not really much to look into this, just because he's way too good a football player, in my opinion, to really be having conversations like this. Isn't Dante Pettis. This guy is a star.
No, because with Dante Pettis, like, dude, your career is on notice. With Deebo, it's like, no, these are the expectations, man. You're that good. Mm-hmm. We can't afford you to be in and out. You got to be like as professional as you are talented. And year 3 for a wide receiver, this is generally when they put it together. I mean, he's not behind schedule.
Absolutely. And if you go look back at their comments, they're actually somewhat astounding, because I think we were all living under the assumption that Deebo's injuries were solely a product of Deebo getting his foot hurt and then him missing time, and then he came back. But they seem to indicate that maybe this was a learning experience and Deebo needs to do a bit more. So,
hey, you break your foot, you still got to find a way to not lose, to not gain weight. You still got to find a way to train. Otherwise, you're going to have this domino effect season again.